This is not real. None of this is real. This
Yeah,
whole
carry on.
everything.
We made it up.
It's not real.
All of the old monkeys aren't even there anymore. But now everyone's just getting beat up for climbing up, but no one knows why anymore.
For the vast majority of pastors, there's no need to be in full-time ministry.
Sometimes when you hear someone's story, let's just say Hitler or something, and I'm not saying anyone's justifying that.
Today is not a day to fall apart. When you think you're gonna die yesterday, today is sweet.
Too many pastors only know Christians. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast.
Yeah, man.
252.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, man. Welcome, people.
Beautiful. Welcome,
Thank you
everybody.
for joining us.
Yes, indeed,
Make sure
man.
you like, comment, subscribe, share us around. Thank you so much for the love on the last
Yes,
episode.
it's been amazing.
Clearly, you like those kind of guests more than any other guests that we get. And I'm so fine with that. I don't really care.
He was pretty good.
conversations.
So, man, welcome to all of our new Nigerian subscribers.
Yeah.
Good to have you on board.
Shout out to y'all.
Cowboy. Yeah, man. Welcome to the family,
Bawani.
bro. We'll see you soon. We'll do a meet and greet.
Oh, yes.
We'll do a meet and greet. You get me?
Okay, okay.
TD,
Wow, that's it.
Nigeria.
Wow, here it is.
TD Nigeria, man.
Hey, it's Noor the Baghdaddy.
Yeah, man. It's Chief Olosoji in the building, baby.
It's your girl, Maweezy.
It's a prince.
Ow.
And it's
Why is your voice
cold as
shaking?
hell
That
in
is
Melbourne.
cold.
My voice is shaking
Your voice is
because
shaking.
the rest of my body is also shaking, bro. But we move.
Look at you.
Push on through.
Yes, we do.
Couldn't think of a throwback this week. And
So instead, we're all gonna twerk.
throwback.
We are not.
Sound
You
different.
remember that? The first video that's gone. I swear that's the first
That's the
TikTok
first TikTok
I
I
ever
ever
saw.
sent you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to insert it in here.
I do have it somewhere.
Yeah, you
still.
got it?
Wait, what's the TikTok? What are they doing? Throwing it back?
It's like. Now, do we just. Yeah, I'll explain it. It's like
When you're playing.
when you're playing with the catch with the weird friend or something
Yeah.
like that.
Ah, yes.
So you throw the ball to him and he's gone. And you're like, throw it back, and then it just earthquake. By the time bro, dude's twerking off.
And the other one where he's jumping it up, or like the clap.
Well, no hands.
No hands.
Yeah.
Oh, my
But,
God.
I'm gonna even insert it if we remember, man. But no throwback that I could think of. But I ran it back to our first ever episode because I was like, oh, you know what?
wow.
I didn't even listened in time.
All right.
Who's the
And
leader?
I remember the title. I'll
That's
never
me
forget the
too.
title.
Yeah.
I remember the
Good
cover
episode.
picture, everything. I'll never remember what we spoke about. Disgusting. Disgusting.
We all looked so poor.
I didn't even try. I didn't even want to watch it. I didn't even
We
try to
looked
go
so
watch it.
poor.
Yeah.
The beginning.
But I was like, let me go to the beninging and see if we can,
Yeah.
if there's something for a throwback in there. But it's interesting though, because a bit of that convo ties into what
Okay.
we're gonna even talk about today.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can get there. But I think we should do our top three, man. I wanna challenge you guys. It's been that long, man.
Alrighty, let's do our top.
Wow, it's been that
Three
long
then,
that our
your
boys
Boards are packed up and put it away. man.
Oh, they're right in front of Kalows. It actually has been a while, and I'm going to dust off the cobwebs on the scoreboard.
Oh, did you go back? In a
Yeah,
sense?
look, the scoreboard is looking a bit.
Oh man.
You know, we've got someone who is way ahead, and then we've got two people who are not far behind. All right. Do you guys want an updated?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
All right. So we've got
We do it per
in.
financial year, so it's gonna restart. It's gonna restart for next episode.
that kind of makes sense.
It might have to.
calendar
It
year
might
is not
have
looking
to.
good, bruv.
All right. So in third place with 5 points, we've got Kalows.
Hold on, between one time period, like, this is not making sense.
This is 2024 leaderboard.
No. This real quick. Let me chime in real quick. Yeah, this is what I realized. Yeah, when we did our top three, she was going based on who won that session, right? And then when she transitioned into general knowledge questions,
Yeah.
it wasn't who won that
do agree. It was
episode.
who got the most
It
points.
was the questions,
How many you got right? Correct.
which is different to
He has a point.
yeah.
I
Don't
honestly,
worry.
I
It'll
don't hear the point.
It'll
I just
restart.
hear either
So-
you
so
know
example,
stuff
let's-
or you don't know.
One
No,
game,
no.
you get a point for winning.
Yeah.
And the other game, you get points
for
based on how many points
get
you
it
got.
right.
Which
And
is
then we
why.
put them in the same
Yeah.
tally.
Yeah, because bro, there's one.
Oh,
where-
you adding the points?
Yes.
See, that's why I'm
So
like
that's
this.
why.
No.
See, that's why it's not making
You're
We
sense.
not-
know. We
no.
know.
She's
We
not
know,
saying
we know.
Noor won
We
trivia.
know.
Yeah, no,
She's saying Noor got 8 points in this
no,
trivia.
yeah, she's not doing that.
Yeah, I am.
See, that's what I'm saying.
This guy's only gotten 5 things correct. Either a top 3 or there's
No, I was clearly going top three. What do you mean?
Okay.
Daniel's out of
As in-
it.
Just because this is a horrible audio experience, I'm going to break it down, then we're going to move on, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so in top 3,
Yes. You get one collectively for getting it right.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
for getting it right.
For getting the top
if,
three.
For winning the game.
three of
For
us,
winning the game,
Carlos wins, he gets 1 point.
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
In the trivia,
Yeah.
I get 8 out of 8.
And
You get
she-
6 out of 8. He
Yeah.
gets 2 out of 8.
Then that's the points that I was putting.
But then in the
That's what I'm saying.
No.
But then she's adding 1 to his tally, 8 to my tally.
yeah, so it's uneven.
How stupid is this guy, bro?
Wait, what?
Well, but he might have won 5 top
no,
threes.
No. Imagine I win
Yeah.
5 top 3 in a row.
0. That means he's gone like,
Yeah,
bro,
I
at
know,
least
no.
you've done at least 4.
Two things can be true.
Yeah.
He's stupid and she's stupid as well.
Man's lost like 20 points, bro. You are
No, that's
dumb.
not make sense.
You are.
You know you're not that far behind.
Oh,
You're
man.
saying all this and you're
Nah,
not that
impossible.
far
I've
behind.
cleaned up in the
Oh,
general
Heike,
knowledge.
you should have waited until you found out.
Yeah, but I'm
before you called someone else stupid.
I get it here.
Go.
All right,
cleaned
second
up in
place,
general knowledge.
we've got 8. You're
Okay,
literally
now-
on
now-
8.
That makes sense.
No, now I
Now
think,
I think we're telling lies.
I think we're telling lies. You see?
How are we telling?
No,
Yeah.
pause.
Guys, wait, can I say something?
Yeah.
Hold on.
No,
It's
no,
because
you're
with
not
our
telling lies.
with
You
our
say what's
guests.
happening.
Okay, yeah,
This
sorry.
is what's happening. So you're not adding.
Either way,
Hold on,
it's
Marwa,
been
wait,
thrown
pause.
off.
If I got 6 answers correct on
Yeah, she's
general
not
knowledge,
adding
you're not
3.
adding 6. You're saying Daniel won general knowledge. 1.
Is that how
1
you doing
point.
it?
Right?
That's not what I was doing.
Bro, there's been
Hold
weeks
on.
when I've gotten
I feel like
6
we've only
out of-
done.
6 out
To
of
be honest,
5
we
out of
haven't
6.
done many general knowledge
I
quiz.
think
No,
objectively,
no, there's
no, no,
one
haven't
time
done
where this guy
many.
got like
No, we did.
5.
No,
5 out of
Yeah,
6
yeah,
in
yeah.
one
Yeah,
general
yeah.
knowledge.
We haven't
Because
done many though.
this is
No,
crazy.
I think the objective and correct way is we just start at 0 for everybody right now.
Financial year restart. Yeah.
Cool, but what's Noor
But-
on 11?
No, because you know why?
hold on, yeah,
okay.
first-
Let's hear what this
Yeah, let's
is.
see what
Wait.
Noah's on.
Let's see what
Okay,
what's
no,
Noor.
Noor's on 13. But listen, this is no, guys.
That doesn't
Wait,
even
let me
make sense.
explain.
See what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't even letting me explain. It's
Explain.
because with the guest episode, I didn't calculate the tallies. So if you think about it, how many times have we done general knowledge outside of a guest episode?
A lot. There's only one way we've done it. We
Nah,
can guess.
We
Cool,
haven't
it's
done
fine.
a lot.
That's okay.
Anyways, all right, yeah.
Alright,
Good
cool.
stuff. All right, man.
Corruption.
And with that being said,
Corruption, and then we wonder why our countries are the way they are.
it starts with us.
Starts with us.
Who makes the leaders?
No,
Start.
well,
Okay, yeah.
we will be restarting soon.
Okay.
I've got something exciting
Financially,
coming
I
for you
guess,
guys,
man.
and it's going to be much more structured, and we will not have any arguments with the game host moving forward. Thank you very much.
You know,
All
you
right,
with the game host, bro.
I am part to blame, but I will make sure that it is all correct. All right,
man.
cool. So today's top 3 is top 3 reasons people leave church.
Oh.
So top 3 reasons why people leave.
Now I have to change
their
my name.
local church. Top 3 reasons why people leave their local church. All right, cool. So today's top 3 was top 3 reasons why people leave church. And just to clarify, that's leaving, not like completely
Leaving the church.
leaving the church, not completely stopping going to church. We literally made that clarification. I'm
No,
so
you
sorry.
didn't say that part.
She did.
She didn't say the second half of
No,
it.
no,
Not
she def-
completely
It's just
leaving the
it's
church.
the
No,
She
she
said-
did. She
She
did.
said changing.
Oh
church.
my goodness.
As in,
As someone
sounds
who
like
argues
sounds
with
like
her
a
all
leaving
the
the
time.
faith thing. Like,
No,
she
no, no.
didn't-
No,
she
to be honest,
As someone
at
who
the
argues
start-
with her all the time about this, she definitely clarified this when Carl said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying like reasons people leave church outside of like leaving the faith.
Yeah.
That's what you guys.
Wait, what?
We're
Like,
too
as
late.
in-
We're not going back
as in
to
they-
the thing.
they
drawing
leave-
board.
The church that they're at
They're leaving
to
the-
go
yes.
to another church.
Somewhere else. Okay.
Just leaving. Yes. Okay. Would you like to read your
Okay, we'll
top
just
3?
leave it the way it is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can't change
Yeah,
anything
there's-
now.
there's no time.
Thanks for clarifying.
Alright.
This is a... All right, go for
All right, Chaplain Olasoji,
Wow.
church scandal. Some happened in church. I put down no longer Christian. So obviously now that's wrong. Thank you guys.
I actually had that rubbed out.
Third one, poor leadership. Or, like different vision. I'm trying to stretch my answers now. Right. Honorable mentions, family relocation, or they're going on to church plant. So they're actually being told to go
Okay.
plant another church.
Very nice.
I actually had your second one, but I've rubbed it out.
yeah.
First one is judgment at the current church, right? I've seen a couple of people actually
Right,
go through
changed
that. Second one, don't really agree with the church values, what's happening, the direction of church,
Yep.
leadership sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then the last one is moving distance, really.
Okay. Yep. Very nice.
All right. Mine is first, beliefs not aligning. Similar to Carl's second one. It's like beliefs or opinions, not necessarily like, I don't know if I feel the same way about this anymore, or whatever,
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. Second one is falling out with people. Whether that's falling out with a friend there or a pastor there or whatever it might be. And the last one is the quality of the service. Like,
That's a good
I don't feel like Like it's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not that
quality,
in-depth
yeah.
message
Could be
or
better.
good worship or whatever it might be.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And they say hi to me when I walk in.
Yeah.
I think there's some solid one here.
All right. So
okay.
we'll obviously go from our top 5. In number 5, we've got neglected pastoral care.
Yeah, police.
So so pastors just neglecting members and not really following up or doing anything like that.
Okay,
So you're saying
Yeah, poor leadership. I'm gonna give it a tick, but it's not in top 3.
it's not top 3 area. All right, number 4 is poor children's programming. So
I was
like
gonna- I was
children
thinking of
or
that,
like
family.
the kids
Bible
church.
man.
It's not, you know.
That's not playing.
Ah,
All right, in number 3,
Classic.
Yeah.
I'm going to stumble over this word. Authoritarian or leadership.
Poor leadership
Yes.
again. Number 3 too. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So obviously,
People fall out and beliefs not
okay. So
aligning.
let
That's
me
3-1.
read what it says though. It says some leaders do not permit opposing views, and they expect other people to follow
Yeah,
in line.
That's what
I don't know about that.
Poor
one.
leadership and vision, bro. Come on now.
And vision. Where did vision come
Well,
from?
about the vision, I don't care. I'm still gonna keep poor leadership.
That's true though. That is poor leadership.
Yeah.
Sure.
On authority.
All right. In number 2, we've got weak preaching. So they just, not
Quality of
big
service.
fans.
Quality of service.
Yes. So I'll give you that one for sure.
damn.
And then in number 1,
Weak preaching.
we've got relationship conflict.
All out.
Yep. So people, either breakups or just getting into it with someone within the congregation or within the pastoral team themselves and deciding to
Is this a
leave
small
your
church?
church.
This gives me the vibe of a small church.
Nah, I feel
Yeah, even
that's
big
that's
churches, bro.
universal.
It happens, yeah.
Humans
Aside
are
from
humans, bro.
Scandal is typically a mega church thing.
Yeah.
Oh, scandal. Yeah.
You know what I mean? On that scale. No. Obviously, a scandal can impact.
Yeah, but
but you never hear about it.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
hear about all the little ones.
And I think, to be honest,
It's
There's
less likely
slip-
to happen when you have less options.
but expand on that.
Like, as in, if I'm a pastor at a church with like 5,000 people, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, it is more likely for me to be able to run into someone in the congregation that someone else in the congregation doesn't know about.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And we
'cause
can
it's
do
bi-
something
there's
on
a
the
lot of
low. You know
people.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, if I'm a pastor of a 80-person church which is like made up of basically 10 families, right? It's like everyone's going to know if I slept with
Oh, yeah,
somebody
of
else.
course. Of course.
There's a fallout. If it's a big church, there's a fallout with this person. There's other people, right?
There is.
No, but the fact
But-
you've got to always run into
Into
them.
that person all the
And
time.
chances
If you're,
are
if you're
it's like-
falling
church,
out with them, it means you know them and you see them often.
Yeah.
You speak
And
to
if
them
and if we're
often enough.
if we're even talking relational fallout, that could be relational fallout with leadership too.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, you're really
Yeah.
trying to win some points here, aren't you?
Hey, he's trying to
All right, so
bring it
how many
around.
points?
No
I
got
don't think
two.
I've
Oh, no, got 2? All right, so no one.
Yeah, Carlos
So,
doesn't go to church enough to know
Wait.
what happens.
First of all,
What?
because I don't leave church.
Carlos is on the media team, bro.
Yeah,
Carlos is on the media
media
team.
team.
Ate it up.
I don't
ate
want
it up.
I don't want no pressure. I just want to create content and then give it. He's the content.
Do something with it.
You said I hate commitment.
Literally, bro.
It's not that. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah,
Because
what?
before you were saying you start sort of, I don't know if it's on the podcast though, like doing video work because now it's become like a pressure thing,
Yeah.
right? You like doing it as a hobby. But the moment someone says, hey, can I pay for you? Like, man, I don't know.
It's too much stress.
You know, because someone asked me, I was like, I don't want commitment. I'll come. If I shoot, I shoot. You know what I mean? But don't pay me. Because I want to come as well.
Yeah, worst content comes out. Oh, so you're just really bad at commitment.
No.
That's all it came down.
I just don't want that pressure.
Hey, man. Congratulations, Noor.
Thank you. Back where I belong.
Yeah,
Experience
man.
it
Back on
One
Experience in
million.
many churches.
1 million.
1 point on the board in this next financial year. Bro, like I said, one of the topics does kind of aligns to, funnily, some of the stuff that just came out the top 3, as well as Throwback to the first episode. Who's the leader? You dropped something about how do we make leaders?
How do we make rulers or something
How do we make rulers? Oh my God! No! This guy means a ruler for measurement rulers.
Yo, no way.
He wasn't thinking deep with that one.
As soon as
No
context in the
one
chat.
day was like, how do
Bro,
we
I
make
saw
this
that. I was
rules?
like, bro, Noor's
Because I saw that.
I'm keen
Bro,
to
I
hear
saw
it.
that. I said, this is a good question.
Nah, I'll tell you what happened.
Go ahead,
I
tell
was
me
like-
this, and then I'll run it back to what I was thinking anyway.
Because I was like, what the hell is a millimeter? And I was like, how did we make the first rulers? Like as in
how do we get the
very
measurements
first
on the
one?
ruler?
Yeah, because it's like okay, like how did we make it? Like how do we say that? Like someone just said that's gonna be a centimeter,
That's
Yeah.
literally it.
and then it's like let's replicate that amount.
Became the.
But then how did you perfectly measure that out? This is not real. None of this is real. This whole
carry on?
everything
We made it up.
is not real. It's not real.
100%, bro.
Is-
But I think you know what it is. It's us making sense of what's around us. Bro.
Hey, real quick,
That's
this
it.
this
Yeah.
reminds me of the video that was so ages ago. Who said 1 + 1 is 2?
Yeah.
Right? Like when you think about it, he actually got a point. Like who actually did say that? Like we actually came up
We
with.
need something.
No, but see that one makes sense.
Yes,
but
No, because
but-
1 and 2 are just the names we have for those quantities.
For how many?
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
yeah.
yes,
But it's like if I
added-
give
yeah.
you
Put it in front of
book
you. Yeah.
and other book, you have book.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? And we just call
how-
book
how
one
many books
thing,
is
and
that?
two other
Like you
two.
can see
This
the logic.
concept,
That's
You can
that's
see it.
easy to understand.
This
Objective
concept is a book, and now
Yeah.
you've got one of this
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
But the measurement is a.
Yeah.
No, like if we deep it, you know, like it's required. These things were required,
yeah,
bro, because
Very.
we needed to make sense of this stuff, or else we're running amok. So it ties into rulers somehow because we
Yeah.
need someone to lead us.
And that's a
Well,
good, yeah.
considering Noor was talking about units of measurement, I mean, to be honest, to answer your question regarding centimeters and millimeters, I feel like to make it the same would have been stuff like you have like a flower stem or something, and you're like, this is 1 centimeter.
You know what I honestly think it was? I think a lot of this stuff was God just went, yeah, I'm just gonna give you it.
Just have that one, yeah?
I'm
You're gonna
give
get
you
it wrong?
something, and no,
Something
you're
random.
gonna get it so perfectly right
Yeah.
because like you guys kind of need to develop something.
'Cause-
Like you know how
'cause it makes
pi is
sense.
what is it? 22/7?
Pi.
Is that the pi?
Pi?
Divisible?
22
It's
over
22/7.
I
I'm
never
pretty
think
sure,
of
or
it that way.
23/7. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's like it is literally the perfect number for everything. And
it
I'm
comes
like,
up
hey, who
everywhere.
comes? Who goes?
Who created
Yeah, let's
that
do this at a
one?
ratio of 22/7. What?
So you're saying some of
I'm
these
saying God just said,
some of these I have that. Yeah.
take it.
God was there. Yeah.
Well,
God said, "Yep."
I like to talk about all this rulers, like actual like presidents, leaders, all this stuff.
oh, you've been in your bag
I've
recently,
been
haven't you?
obsessed
Yeah.
with Real Dictators. It's a podcast, been around for years.
Yeah.
But one of my, because I was like talking to a friend and I was saying, like I just want to get into a really like history type content, like something that I can listen to that's educational. Hey, man, it's good over here. Like something that's educational but entertaining. Like I
Yeah.
need it to be what's produced really, really well.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're gonna love Real Dictators. Like just listen to it and whatnot." And so I went back, started the episodes from 2020, and basically like they just follow dictators for like 3 or 4 episodes. And they just like running through their whole life, their whole leadership, all this kind of stuff. But it's like, it's nice, you know, like when they go to war, you got like the little sounds of war in the background and like soldiers marching and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, just like learning. I'm only 2 leaders in so far.
That's what,
So that's
six
6
episodes?
episodes. But it's just like all these people are like things I've heard of and stuff, but never studied like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like genuinely like mind-blowing, fascinating, and so depressing that it's like these people exist.
You know what's the thing about even like studying these people? You know, like why we hear about them, we haven't studied them. It's because like, why would you dedicate time sometimes to look into these people that you know when you can just like the general concept is this person was bad. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then like now getting the nitty gritty intricacies of like what were they actually on? Most people was like, that's not information that I need to add. But it contextualizes a lot.
It does.
know what I'm
It's
saying?
funny. Like a quote that I'll never forget was my year 7 history teacher on our first lesson in high school. He goes, history is the most useless subject because we always learn about it and we never learn from it. Right?
Crazy.
And like that just stuck with me like forever. And it's like, it's crazy because it's so true. Like things just repeat. It's the same cycle. Keeps going on. I think that's one of the interesting things like now, like listening to all these like stories of dictators and stuff. It's like, in our mind, it's like, wow, there's this period of time where there was all these dictators around the world and all this stuff. And I'm like, we're kind of living in that right now as well. You know what I mean? It's like, we just don't see it.
Don't necessarily attach that.
We don't attach that to it, but it definitely is the exact same thing. Because then in 30 years, someone will make a story about what's going on right now, and you'll be like,
course,
that's
yeah.
kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro.
Who's the 2 leaders you listen to?
so the series started with Kim Jong Il,
that's
so
interesting.
current North Korean president's father, and then the second one is Joseph Stalin. So he was a Georgian guy that was the leader of Russia. I'm pretty sure his like he killed more than anyone else. I think 24 million or something. 24 million, yeah.
Do they like justify their actions while
days.
explain? No. Because like sometimes when you hear someone's story, like let's just say Hitler or something, and I'm not saying anyone's justifying that, but it's like
but they
you
have,
hear
they
their
have
upbringing.
logic.
And it's like
so
this
to speak,
is what led up to.
So okay,
that.
yeah. So
Context.
funny enough, I actually never have studied Hitler, even in school or nothing. I just know about him because he's like
same,
the stereotype of a dictator, like as in he's seen as the worst. But Stalin's thing was very much he just was like a big believer of eradicating classes. So it's like, oh, we have poor people, get rid of the poor.
Jeez, so
Right? Like that, yeah, it was like that. And Hitler was similar, where it was like what Jews and disabled people, right? But then like say North Korea's thing was like, we just really believe in communism. And in a weird way, it's like they like deify, like they make themselves into gods, these leaders. Like the founder of North Korea, like people believed he was God. And so like when he died, everyone's like, God's dead. Yeah, like it's just this really weird thing. It's like we're an atheist country, but this guy's God. What? But
How do we get here?
also, God, I don't want to just regurgitate the entire thing. I definitely recommend people like to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's especially the North Korea stuff was so interesting because it's like my whole life I've been like, like, do these people in North Korea know that like there's people that exist out there? And it's like once you realize like how young in the big grand scheme of things North Korea is, you're like, oh, these guys definitely know everything. And like they're just like, Korea is just ethnically Korean. So South and North, it's the same ethnicity of people, right? So like they all used to just get along. And so it's like there would be people that just, it was literally a thing of like one day some people woke up and they were like, okay, we're South Korean and we're North Korean.
Crazy. Actually crazy.
Bro, the thing around like dictators or even just leaders in general, I mean the question which I thought was how do we make rules?
How to make rulers? This guy said,
Bro, because I'm just thinking like, how do we elevate people to positions of power, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting how we can end up having people that inherently they form a, what do you call it here? They form a belief around something that is actually quite wrong and negative and damaging, but yet it's so convincing enough that people can uphold it, right? Or even when you think about people that can ascend to power and then they have people around them that help to enforce that power, it's like, how did they even, what did they get convinced on? Because think about it, one person,
can't do that much.
Especially in a dictatorship, one person can't do these things. You always think about it when it comes to politics and government and presidents and whatnot too. Figureheads, ultimately, right? There's a machine,
team under,
not even team, like there's a machine even maybe above them that is using that figurehead as, you know what I'm saying? So like one person clearly is not enough to impact or enforce these things, right? So you now think about dictators like, what did you say or how did you convince people enough to rally behind you to now help you uphold what it is that you're standing for and then now enforce that onto other people that maybe don't even believe in you, don't agree with you, whatnot, but yet, you know what I mean? But yet now they are subjected to your rule. Do you know what I'm saying?
It is crazy because like people get, the buy-in is so much.
But how?
And that's where it's like, I think if it's out of fear.
But before getting to the fear,
because I'm like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like as one person, how do I convince 20 people to fear me? Because they just bang
There's
my
always
head.
an incentive
Like
though.
who?
Isn't it an incentive? You give people an incentive.
How is one person providing an incentive, bro?
That's the
To be honest, I think it always starts with riding the like coattails of a feeling that exists, right, and coming in somewhat like
as the outside fresh voice or something.
Not outside, like yes, but not in like a massive disruptor way.
Yeah,
right. Like as like a hey guys, like what if we try this? Like just a slight little variation. And then people go, yeah, not bad. And then after a while, it's like, oh, this guy, this girl, they never get it wrong, right? And then at a certain point, it's like, well, we'll just listen to him. Oh, and it's like, because I'm pretty sure that's what Hitler did. That's what a lot of them, I think that's what Saddam was saying was different. But like that's what like Hitler, I'm pretty sure had done. And it was like a thing of like, then suddenly one day he's like, hey, guys, how about we get rid of these people? And everyone's like, well, to be honest, like, bro, so far.
I was thinking about it because I was actually looking into the president of I think it was Kenya. And what's actually going on, where I don't know how long he's been president for, but he raised taxes like through the roof, and everybody was losing it. Like, like everyone was like, yeah, this ain't it, right? But it's also one of those where when I think this is what it is. Yeah, we respect that position, right? This, if you're a president, everyone respects this position
100%.
all across the board, right?
Okay.
So it's like whatever this person says, regardless of who you are, but if you're the president, this is the decision that you're making. We don't have to agree with it, but they respect the position that much, right? So for anyone to sort of go up to that position, what they do is they say things that people want to hear. Because I looked into it, I was like, okay, what was this guy just saying to the people before he became president, right? Promising things like, I will lower this, I will do this, I will do that, right? So then now they get to that position. And then now it's like, all right, cool, this guy's here. And then exactly what you're saying, where it slowly goes like this. We'll increase taxes by 15% and then by another 2%. And then now people are like, whoa, hold on, it's been
we're
47%. Yeah, like how do we actually get here? Yeah. Right? I don't think it goes one day, they're not president, the next day they're president, and then the next day they just made this big decision, then everyone goes, what is this? Because ultimately we're the ones that actually put them in that position, right? Which means that we would have had to agree with what they're doing and to what extent. And to be honest, if it's too bad, people going against each other, it's like, all right, which one is the better out of the two, right? And that was sort of the whole Trump thing.
It's funny. That's exactly what I was saying. I think, but again, even like let's say the Trump thing, it was probably it's that feeling, you know what I mean? And then like the next candidate goes, oh, I can. For example, it's like Trump comes in and he's a very divisive character. Like he exasperates every situation, right? And so the general feeling of the population is like, it would be nice if there was somebody that wasn't like stupid when they speak. You know what I mean? Like, so not harsh and not whatever and not all that kind of stuff. And so then you end up with this guy. And then now the general feeling in America is like, hey, it would be nice if there was someone that had a backbone and could speak. And that is exactly why Trump will get elected in the next cycle, because it's like, he's just that general feeling. But it's like, I mean, conspiracy theories aside, everything, whatnot, it's like America still is a democracy. And it's like that kind of limits the ability of someone going all the way that way. You know what I mean? In terms of how they treat the people. Whereas like that same thing happens in, let's take a Middle Eastern country or something. And it's like, oh, there's a generic feeling. Someone gets elected. Right? And then it's like, okay, well, we're going to change rules now and I'm going to stay here for 30 years. You know what I mean? And it's just going to keep going this way because it's not proper democracy.
People groups are an interesting thing to look at as well when you just deepen. I think I was listening to something literally today where it's like...
He's been reading Sapiens.
That book is lost on it.
Been 7 years, bro. It's actually been 7 years of that book, bro.
I reckon I had that book since the start of this pod, probably.
Ooh, chapter 2.
You mentioned something around like people, you look at, someone to get to the point of a president, whatever, we trust them, this, that. There's so many different things here, But the thing we have is like we have institutions, and what that does now is it almost vets people. So because you have a pastor, you have a lecturer, you have a lawyer, you have a president, because of what we've created and the communal, I guess, understanding around these particular institutions that we've created, someone gets to that place, full trust. You know what I'm saying? And then that thing can be misused and whatnot, right? And then I remember I read something, or I heard, bro, this is a banger line. We're going to get into our quotes later. But this one's just a little cheeky one. Someone said, I just changed my page. Borrowed capital of community gets leveraged for power. So community already exists, right? And then because we also now have these institutions that support and are around these things, or we have community, that supports these institutions, you can just leverage the power or the capital that comes out of community now to create power out of that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we literally, you jump on the coattails of community, of what that means, of people wanting someone to band around or wanting some kind of a direction. You jump and leverage that, you get yourself some power, bro. And now I'm even just wondering, I'm like, you think about something like, I don't know if you guys know like eugenics.
Bro, most interesting thing in the world to me, because it's so evil. Like the concept is so evil.
Like Nazi Germany kind of.
Well, that's what it was. That's why it's like, let's get rid of the disabled people.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, literally. So like eugenics even goes to the level of like even some
Planned Parenthood stuff.
Forced sterilization. What else, man? like segregation of races, you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff there, and it's evil, it's crazy, but it's wild that people were able to band around something like that. So I'm like, what did you use? What charisma?
Well, okay, because
you have to band people around, like no,
yeah.
How evil can we all be, bro?
Well, but that's okay. So this is what I've been thinking because I'm like, how many? Like, it is that. It's like, why do some people tap into that level of evil?
Yeah.
And some of us don't.
Right.
When a lot of stories are not like that different. Like, because I'm like, all right, like think about the eugenics thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what's a good argument for it? Because I'm like, on a just practicality basis, right? It's like, it probably is much easier for society if we didn't have it's gonna sound so mad, yeah, but it's like so nah, I'm laughing because of what Daniel's acting, yeah, no, but like I can understand how somebody would start off a conversation in a it doesn't seem what's the word, cynical, sinister way, yeah, of like, hey, wouldn't it be kind of like easier if we found a way to not like have to put this much budget into helping these kind of people, because it's like, how much can they really contribute to society in the long run, all that kind of stuff, right? On a just numbers basis or whatnot, you could like, if you're charismatic enough and can, finagle a conversation well enough, it's like, I can see how you could get people listening to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once you got enough people listening to you, at a certain point, if you're that kind of person, you can then convince a little, and then whatnot, and then before you realize it, it's like, whether you've like explicitly said that or not, it's like, we're doing eugenics in the society, but it might be a thing of like, you rebrand it as like, oh nah, like this is actually about freedom and making sure we have optimal society and all this kind of stuff. It's like, but look how low the rates of I don't know, like this kind of mental
but that was a part of things.
Neurodivergence kind of thing.
Ill as well.
Yeah, well, I think it was like Down syndrome and all these kind of things. It's like, okay, so it's like, oh, look how much that's not like coming up in the births that are happening now and all this kind of stuff. And so it's like, there's a good evidence that you're putting out there. For the audio listeners, everything's in quotation air quotes. Yeah. So it's like, and then, you know what I mean? You've then got an argument to back you. People would then start agreeing over time. All that. And I mean, there's a genuine case for that in the society we live in today, with a lot of decisions that people make.
Bro,
have you guys seen a show on Netflix called I think I told you about it, Show or something like that?
Yeah, no, not yet.
It's literally that. It's basically
the
like
8 show, yeah?
Yeah, the 8 show. It's basically like a game show where they go in, and the longer you spend at this place, the more money you get. So let's say you spend 24 hours at this place. Okay. Everyone there get, basically time is money, like literally, right? 24 hours, you're walking away with $1 million. Right, so then now people are like, that's just
this is a Korean, like,
the Korean show
drama. There's no real game.
Oh no,
Mr. B.
It's 24 hours.
So then now people are like, oh, okay, cool. Let's stay here as long as possible so I can walk out of here a billionaire, basically, right? Which means that they would have to stay there for months or whatever, right? But then now this is exactly what we're saying sort of comes into play, where it's like, you guys have to do certain things, right, for the time to increase. Like, it's messed up show. Yeah, but it's like, okay, cool. If you guys,
in order to actually extend yourself being here.
Yeah, so it's like, if you guys want more than 24 hours, the game show, like the game host, it's like, you guys have to do this. You guys have to make it entertaining for us, right? So in order for us to increase your time, right? So let's say there's some type of violence that happens, like, okay, this is entertaining. Yeah. Oh. Now let's increase the time.
These Koreans, bro, how do you do this?
Bro, I was like, these guys are on a different level.
We ever do eugenics, right? We're gonna keep them.
We're gonna keep those guys.
But it started off as like, they weren't sure what they needed to do to increase the time. Yeah. At first, it started off as, because there was like a stairs. They thought that you had to run up the stairs, right? Because time was increasing every time they ran up the stairs. So that's what they thought it was. But at the start, it was entertaining for the host until it got boring. Yeah. Right? But basically at the start, 7 out of the 8 players could actually run up the stairs, yeah? The 8th player is sort of handicapped, so he can't actually run up the stairs, right? And then the game host, they will give you guys like food every day. And then they're like, you didn't really run up the stairs.
You don't deserve.
I don't think we can feed you today.
Jeez.
Right?
Yeah.
That became that sort of vibe where it's like, oh, I ran up, I increased our time, you didn't do anything, we can't give you food, right? So the whole thing, and then obviously down the track, they find out that you have to make it entertaining, right? So they start showcasing their talents, and then it goes into violence, and then a bunch of stuff. Craziest.
He said I'm locked in.
I'm actually locked in.
No, hey.
This might be better than Squid Games. Like,
Hey, low key? Yeah. I finished it in 2 days.
Goodness me.
Bro, I finished the show in 2 days, 1 hour each episode, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exactly that, right? Where it goes, okay, cool. You're not, contributing that much. It's not really fair that, that we're doing this and you're not contributing, but you also want us to feed you, right? But you also walk out here as a billionaire. Doesn't make sense, right? The same way as you were saying, doesn't really make sense for us to continue to put this X amount of money for this particular group of people, regardless of what group of people they are. If it's, why we're putting millions of dollars for people between the age of 16 to 18 just because of this, right? Why don't we just wipe them out? Or whatever the idea is, right? It can become really evil, man.
Yeah.
But this is even the craziest part as well, because you mentioned about like someone charisma convinces you start doing this, or as a group you figure this thing out. It's like even the one about this is taking them back. But you remember that like study with the monkeys and like how you start off, I'm gonna butcher it. I wish I could remember it, but it's like
the power dynamics.
The power dynamic thing, but it's like I think
She was Monkey or the Princeton University.
Oh, yeah.
The prison
no,
inmates?
it was monkey one. Like certain monkeys start off or whatever in a group, and then they would know that every time one monkey tries to like ascend. This is more of like a crabs in the barrel kind of convo, though.
Okay, yeah.
But you can see how like group
Group
thinking comes into play. A monkey climbs up, and then every time climbs up a ladder to get a banana or something, and every time one monkey does that, all the other monkeys get hosed down. And then each time someone tries to get it, like they're like, yo, and then they beat up on that monkey each time they try to get up the
way.
So rather
Because they're like, yo.
So like you remove one monkey from that cohort and add a new one, and that new one will try to climb up and get the banana. They'll all beat him up like, bruv, we're all getting hosed. Eventually, all of the old monkeys aren't even there anymore. But now everyone's just getting beat up for climbing up, but no one knows why anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? Like,
Because they don't know the reason. They don't know the reason why.
This stuff is so entertaining. It's so exciting.
They don't remember the reason why monkeys were beating people up.
So they're not even hosing down.
You're not even hosing down anymore. You're just like, bruv, don't get the banana.
That's what we do around here.
That's what we do around here.
That's what we do.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we don't get bananas out here, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we just starve.
Why?
We don't marry into that race.
Don't ask questions.
What did you say?
Like that's
we don't marry
into that race.
100% goes into this. So you think about this group thinking thing of like, maybe someone charismatic tells you to go on and this is what we do. And now you create a system where this is what you do. This is what we believe. Same thing for like the show. And then I remember I heard someone say like, it's and you think about this in the context of like church. This is back off the like Mars Hill podcast that I've been eating up. Yeah. You think about it in the context of church where like you can have really bad environments within church where this is how we run. This is how we do things. Like people are getting saved.
And people sustain it for you as the leader.
People are getting saved. Yeah. We're having 50 baptisms each time we do a service, whatever.
That was a memorable episode for me as well.
Yeah. Hella baptisms, man. We're doing revival camps. Things are changing. Our community is being impacted. But then within the church, maybe there's like abuse of power. Like we're talking about why people leave church. Abuse of power, fallouts, all this kind of stuff. But
those people are just not heard.
Bro,
they're really not heard.
Forget that. This is how we do things, man. Because look at the results.
Yeah.
And I remember this guy was like, it's crazy to find out that the thing you've been really good at is really damaging to other people. But you don't realize that because it's like you're seeing so many positive results and you're becoming so good at doing a certain thing. So for example, we're becoming so good at running church in this setting right here. We're all banding around. This is what our community believes in. But it's like, damn, we didn't realize how damaging this thing that we've created and that we're really good at is to other people.
To others, yeah.
I was like, my goodness, bro. You need to sit back and think, all right, what group am I a part of? And who's the leader, bro? How do we even how do we create people to get into these positions?
Because they may look like the good leaders, right?
Because something's happening.
Because something's happening.
You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
this person's leading us. The book, or the movie Dune.
Dune, yeah.
So
still haven't watched part 2.
Oh, you haven't seen part 2? Okay, crazy. But that was the whole purpose of that book. So the guy, Frank, that's the guy that wrote the book. He wrote it in 1960, right? The whole purpose behind that book was to say, be careful of these leaders that come out to say this is who they are because of their charisma and so on, right? You haven't seen part 2, but basically part 3, which is going to be released next year, 2 years. Basically, the main guy ends up killing like billions of people. Right?
1984?
What?
The book? Yeah.
Oh, did you know this?
Wait. This isn't based on 1984, but it's similar concept.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, similar concept, to 1984. Yeah, that was a good book.
Okay.
But yeah, but it's like, again, you guys seen part 1 of Dune, right? Because now people are leading. The guy basically becomes like a leader. Everyone follows him. The whole nation follows him and so on, right? But there's just so much politics that goes on. And then he ends up corrupting everybody, kills so many people, different people from different planets and so on, right? And then, the purpose behind the whole thing is be careful of who you guys follow as a leader, regardless of how they come out and say, this is who I am, and their charisma and all that sort of stuff. Which is, watch part 2 though.
Yeah, now I'm a sus though.
Just to correct myself, Animal Farm, not 1984. Same author, but
No, 1984 is about the...
Animal Farm's the one where it's the allegory for communism and stuff, and the animals go, we're the ones at the top. A lot of people read this in school.
I didn't think I ever did.
I think
1984 is the one that was written in 1948 about what he imagines 1984 is going to be.
The genetic
like.
stuff, yeah?
I think there might be actually.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
the genetic
know.
stuff. But
I did literature, man.
Yeah. I think you would enjoy those books.
I would have.
And I thought it was
100% I
good.
would have.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, is there then an opinion or something that someone can come out and say that has everyone agreeing on it and everyone disagreeing on it? So it's like this thing that we're saying, everyone agrees on this, and there's no party or there's no community that can disagree. Because I think that's the problem.
I think no.
That's literally
I
the
think
problem.
no. There's even moral truths
Yeah.
that we can provide arguments against. You know
Of
what I'm saying? Or
course.
like
Everything
moral.
you can.
You know what I mean? It's not right to let's say we start off as high level as it's not okay to take a life. Oh, but actually, okay, in the context of self-defense, it's okay. Or
Self-defense,
in the context
eye for
of
an
this person
eye.
has committed this much
Yeah.
sin,
This person
we
did
should
this.
we should
Yeah.
have capital punishment. You know what I mean? Like even when you start at so high level as you think that this sounds so good for the whole rest of the world, but then it's like, oh no, but someone can come
There's
in and
always
say,
people
no, but
that will,
actually,
rebut against
so
it.
I don't think that there's a thing.
I don't think there is
When it
either.
comes to like an opinion topic,
Yeah.
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 That's hard. I don't think there
I
is.
don't think, that's why people can literally come up like your Donald Trump or your whoever and say, this is what I believe in, this is what we're going to do moving forward. And there's going to be like at least 5 people, like we were saying before, at least there'll be 5 people rallying behind you. And that's all you need to get started.
they're powerful
5 will
people,
impact more, and then they will impact more, and it just keeps going. But I don't think there is something that someone can say and everyone would be like, no, you're wrong. No.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah. Which
I don't think there's one way we can all agree on. I think the best that we can do is just come together and say, this is what we have to agree on, even though we actually disagree with that.
agree
So,
to
for example, I'm
disagree.
watching Godfather of Harlem, right? And then
That's a good show.
beautiful show.
So you're watching a lot of things.
Yeah, hey, do
There's
you
a
work?
lot going on.
I watch it at the same time, bro.
Crazy part is this guy just increased hours to at work. Like, what's going on here? Right? How's he getting more time to
More
watch?
TV time.
yeah, true. Godfather of Harlem is good. But basically, it's like the mafia side of it is very, very interesting. Where it's like they got the families that come together saying, this is the law, right? If you do this to my family, this is what has happened to you. You do this to that. It's like, I disagree with it, but I agree that as a family, this is how we have to operate.
Yeah.
That's the best way. Yeah, I think that's the best way. It's just everyone just has to agree. And sort of goes in line with what laws that we have, even though we disagree with them. It's like, all right, cool. We just all have to be on the same page, really. So that's...
Question. Might be hard to think about, especially because I doubt it's happened as much in our current age. But when have you guys ever been misled by a leader? And if you can explain kind of like how or why, like how did they mislead you? And I guess what implications did that have
It's about leader, damn.
on you? It's a hard one because I feel like it takes a bit to think about. We can pencil it.
Leader
But
in any
if
setting?
anything pops to mind immediately, like in any
Any
setting,
setting.
In any capacity, yeah.
any capacity.
I have an
as
answer,
comical
but
as you
yeah,
want.
yeah.
Is about or as hard as
by a
deep
leader.
and ticky as that.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever been misled by a leader? How did it impact kind of thing? I thought about it on the drive here, and I was gonna send a chat, but I'm like, nah, this is a deep one, bro. Like this one's hard, man.
Do you
Ask
have
a
one?
question or
To send that in, and I was like, I didn't even try thinking about it for myself. I was gonna send it in, and I was
Yeah,
this is hectic. But we're here now, so I was like, all right,
Misled.
no idea.
like I know how people
We can
do
pencil. I mean,
this.
if we pencil it, we'll just tell people send that into the dilemmas, and we can,
Yeah.
read some of them out. But if there's anything funny or serious, what comes to mind?
Are we saying like they convinced us to believe
Convince
in
you on,
something?
yeah.
And then,
And then it turns out maybe like just misled.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
He said we're here now.
I'll decide afterwards if we keep it simple.
Right.
But like for me, like let's say in a church setting, it's like I've had leaders that like everyone kind of trusts these people, and like I do as well. But they trust them across every area of their life. and these people are very let's say like a mentality of like, how do I say it? Like let's say they lean more on like God is a provider versus I'm a hard worker. Okay? And because I was very on board with like their line of thinking across everything else, I like the buy-in was big for me when I was young.
Yeah.
And then like after a bit, I was like kind of just at some point had this moment where I was like, I don't think I'm at where I want to be at when it comes to this topic and that topic and like my work ethic on some things and financial kind of decisions and things like that. And I guess for me it was kind of the thing where I was like took a step back, went, nah, I don't know if I exactly want to do that. Ended up being surrounded by more guys that were what I needed in what I was thinking. And then I guess what that kind of did for me is like there is kind of this feeling sometimes where I'm like, oh, there was like lost years where I should have been building in a different way. I built other things in my life, but I should have been building this thing as much. And I didn't. And that was definitely a byproduct of entrusting that leadership in every aspect of my life.
I think what you see is like, sometimes it takes a reflection of self, like you look at maybe the leaders. Yeah. Like, because there's a
it's a tough one because that one has no ill intention.
That's what I was gonna say. There's a what's the word here, man? There's
no desire to manipulate.
Yeah, there's an automatic response to think when we say mislead that there was a desired intention to manipulate, or you know what I mean. But sometimes it could be that maybe quote unquote this works for this particular leader, and then you do a self reflection and you're like, oh,
that's not me.
That's not me. Not that they were intentionally misleading, but the model that was presented doesn't actually fit and apply into you know what I mean, your own life. And it's funny because we think about this now. I'm even thinking, do I keep this in as well? But you think about this in some friends that fully entrust, you know, individuals to now dictate the course of their life. Like we've seen this, you know what I mean? And we've seen how people can fully entrust into certain aspects, and now it's like,
I can see
but don't you see how they're maybe living vicariously through you, or this works in their context, but you're not actually taking time to apply this into our day and age of who we are. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, to be honest, in the setting that maybe we're all, if we're catching on, that we're thinking of those people that just fully let, sometimes even in the church, run their life. Yeah. There was an intention from those leaders to you know what I mean, actually mislead a little bit, or like do things the way that they want, my way or the highway kind of thing. So it's crazy how much
there's a level of subtlety. It's like I'm molding this person to have the same thinking that I'm thinking.
Either to serve myself as a leader or to perpetuate like
this is the ideal way to live.
Crazy.
Which I think that's where like for me it's like, because then it's like I've seen that in some of my other friends and stuff like that where I'm like, I don't think this is an optimal way to live for any of us.
I think the mistake is like when we see good leaders, we try to follow them as a whole in this area, this area, this area, and this area. And I think that's sort of what you were sort of referring to. Because for me, I do slightly different. Like I know I can follow your leadership in this area. I know I can follow your leadership in business, but I know I can never follow your leadership in faith, your leadership in this, you know, your leadership,
back me up, man.
your leadership with your advice on relationships. Yeah. I know, don't worry about it, but business, investments, what are you saying? Talk to me, brother, right? The same way with this person where it's like, okay, in this how I'm trying to go here, what are you saying over there, right? I don't think I've had one person and I tried to follow. To be honest, I don't even know what's going on the other side for them because I'm not really interested to know, if that sort of makes sense.
What are you saying? Like personal life of leaders or something?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be personal life. Let's just say...
like if you're not looking into this guy for spiritual leadership, you don't bother about his spiritual life is.
Yeah, I just go, hey, I'm here for this. Like, what are you saying? What are you thinking? Right? I don't even bother to ask you about other stuff that I already know.
I think that's why the pastors one, that one is a trick one, because obviously in like the world of business, if I have a leader within like my work, I'm only going to go to you for like work related stuff or financial decisions. Whereas for a pastor, I'm looking for like my whole well-being. Which makes it a bit hard.
I think that's where it becomes tough.
But I feel like
it should be.
It should be.
I think
it should be
because for me, like, and because you're saying, like, for example, you don't care about someone's relationship life if I only look at them for financial things, right? But like I'm the kind of person right now, like let's say I wanted to go into business and I've got a potential business partner, but this guy always cheats on his wife. I can't go into business with him.
Yeah. I think
You know what I mean?
if you got like full long term together.
But then it's like
business,
even I mean you on so many things. It's like because like all right, let's say spiritual leader, but they don't take care of trying to keep things vague.
No, I get what you're saying. For me, I wasn't thinking so much of like you do this, but you're so far off on this.
Spiritual leader, but they don't take care of their mental health, right?
Okay,
and then I'm like,
Good one.
Interesting.
okay,
See, that's a tough
but I don't know. But for I don't know. I got so
Why is it tough?
but it's like because then I'm like, okay, wait, like why are you not like? And then obviously giving leeway for everyone to be a human as well.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying.
course,
That's what I was thinking about with that.
But yeah, maybe that one's a bit tough because it's a health thing.
But at the same time, some people just don't care about certain things. Right? Where it's like, I don't really care about building, I don't really care about investments. I don't really care about this. I live with what I have and I'm happy with that. Because I know some pastors like that as well. Right? It's like, I'm not really going to tap into, that side of stuff too deep.
Can I be honest with you?
Talk to us.
I don't think there's any pastors that really feel that way. I think a lot of them just don't know how to make money.
Oh, that could be it.
And because you don't have money, because you don't have money, you don't make those moves.
You don't make those
like,
moves.
I mean, and that's not even pastors. Like, that's just humans in general.
Yeah,
How many people at our age
change the
Exactly. How many people at our age do you know, like, oh, man, I don't even know if I ever want to buy a house. It's like, well, that's only because you haven't stacked up in a way that would allow you to buy a house.
Yeah, like
but if you did,
if it was ready,
you would probably
like,
think of it differently, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. I think with a lot of pastors, it's like they kind of just accept the bare minimum.
Yeah.
As their lifestyle, because it's like this mentality of I'm in servitude to God, which is honestly like it's funny because I'm like we're not like you're not a monk. You know what I mean? So it's like I think I've said this. I have the opinion. I don't think for the vast majority of pastors, there's no need to be in full-time ministry. I think everyone should be able to
such a like
do something else.
It's a funny
mentality,
because it's like I agree. But of the controversy of it is such an interesting one. I'm like, but is there a case for it? You know what I mean? Like,
I think, where I say it is like, I think if
it's around the thing of like full time, only if your hands are full kind of thing, maybe.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, when the demand grows to like, damn, I actually got to be on this all the time.
Yeah.
But then even that for me, I'm like, hire another part-time pastor.
Yeah, right.
Keep all of you part-time.
Yeah.
Right? Because on two levels, it's helpful. One, you're earning finances. Right? And 9 times out of 10 better finances outside the church than in the church, right? And 2, you're actually touching grass, like you're actually interacting with society, actually interacting with non-believers, all this kind of stuff. Whereas I think too many pastors only know Christians.
Or insulated or something. Yeah.
Within the 4 walls of their church.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to think if someone's packed me up before, man. You know what I mean? But I mean, with the absence of being able to think of an example, to speak towards the people who like have like you can see how crazy it is, especially when it's like the misleading has come from a parent or something.
Or a partner.
You know what I mean? Huh?
Or a partner or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you hear from so many guys where they're like, I've heard this from a lot of guys where it's like they have like either older cousins or uncles or whatever that are very like enabling of like a promiscuous lifestyle, and like they just kind of make it seem like, oh, it's like being a man, like all this kind of stuff, and so they really like. Because it's like, I want to be like my cousins when I'm older. I want to be like my uncles, all this kind of stuff. They're cool, all this kind of stuff. And then, like, as they've gotten older, a lot of these guys kind of just go, man, like, I don't know why I was listening to this. You know what I mean? And it's like, it really requires a whole mental shift and because you've gotten yourself used to a certain routine and lifestyle.
Of course.
To then, like, go, it's kind of hard to stop doing this lifestyle, you know?
Yeah, which is a big one, that influence of like, oh, this is how it should be. Yeah. Don't worry about this.
Yeah, but these are leaders in your life.
Yeah.
You know?
Technically.
That you're just placed amongst. It's not even I chose to follow them.
And then, deep into it, you're like, oh, snap, why am I like this?
Well,
that whole leadership thing is very interesting, man. Be careful who you follow.
Listen to, man. All right.
The quotes?
What are we saying? I had this random thing that came to mind today. Especially, I think I was just reflecting on the previous ep that we had. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't, go check it out. Banger. But a lot of things that people were saying to me upon reflection was like, oh, there were so many one-liners and good statements. And,
good
you know what I mean?
gems.
Even in the comments, you're seeing people like, you know what I mean? Quote
what
the
he
phrases
said,
and whatnot. It's like, bro, we just watched the video. Like, you don't have to quote the same thing. But then, I was thinking about all that, and I was like, you know what? And I heard a banger today as well, like another, just a banger line. The one I just used about the whole, the community, you know what I mean? Like, leverages the capital of community.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? All right, guys. What are some three either... It can be your most impactful quotes. Yeah, it can be funny. You know what I mean? It could just be like, oh, this is just a funny saying or something. But what are three of these like memorable quotes that you've got? And maybe like, what is your interpretation of it?
You actually inspired me. I have a quotes page as well on my notes. Tight. I do. I've been writing them down as they come.
That's my favorite note in my phone.
I know, and quotes? You have so many quotes in there. So many.
Man, I realize I get a lot of. I get a lot of vibe for like from movies.
Bro, you know,
movies are banging, bro.
I go to the extent sometimes of going to get the transcript of the movie. To get the bar for bar. Bro, look at this one here. Look at this.
That's a whole copy and paste.
Oh, you just reminded me of the best quote I ever heard from a show. Wow,
from a joke.
From a show.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's someone say it. So I'll kick it off. Say the quote or the phrase that you like. And then maybe what do you think it means? Because if it's from a movie, like obviously we're adding a bit of interpretation to what we think it might mean.
Not gonna lie, the ones that I have here, kind of very generic. Only because
embarrassing.
No. Only because I actually kind of find the ones I actually got from.
Sounds like you never
movies.
Had it.
Well, I'll be for some banger ones from.
Good. Let's hear it.
You already know. I quote this every time I chat to a wide audience about community.
Yeah.
You already know. You heard this 1,000 times. If you want to go fast, go alone. Wait, what's funny about that?
Sorry. Carry on. Say it with clarity. So when I clip it, you look powerful.
And you look convinced.
Yeah. Good.
Good. Yeah. Directly down the side. Like it's not that crazy, to be honest. It's very simple. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
You know what my favorite thing about that one is? Whenever they quote that, they just go African proverb.
African proverb. Yeah.
Who's that? Yeah.
I feel like I just almost sort of lived by that, you know. Always run with the crew. People that I do life with. You know, the AYA, the podcast, everything just will sort of do it together because we're gonna go far with that. So I live by that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. This one's from Ozark.
See, that's already a bagger. Ozark is good.
So it goes, lose your shit tomorrow. Today is not a day to fall apart. When you think you're gonna die yesterday, today is sweet. Bro, when he said this, I lost my mind. So it's like, when you think yesterday you were not about to be here anymore, today is the sweetest thing you ever have. Lose it tomorrow about what happened yesterday, but today's not the day to fall apart about this. Do you know what I'm saying? I said,
that's nice. I have a real example of that in life where close family friends in New Zealand, the mother was pregnant, diagnosed with cancer while she was pregnant.
Yeah, wow.
And it was kind of the thing like, you either have I think it was 6 months they gave her. If you don't do this, which means you might not be able to deliver, or you do chemotherapy, you definitely lose the baby. Wow. Make your decision kind of thing. I think they had just come to the faith at that point. And she was like, I'm not doing chemo because I don't want to lose the baby and I'll just run the risk. I think it was 6 months would have given just enough time to give birth, something like that. And this is 97. She's still alive right now.
Wow.
And that family, no joke, they...
The lease on life is different?
Like they live in a way where you can just tell, even in the conversations they have with each other, it's just the three of them, but it's every day feels like a miracle. Yeah, it's just the vibe you get when you're hanging out with them, right? And not even by saying oh, thank God for this. It's just the way they treat each other. It's every day is this is 27 more years than we thought we would get.
That's so
I like that one.
It's
That's
bro,
a nice
today is sweet
one.
when you think
today
you're gonna
is
die
sweet
yesterday.
to that. Nothing's a big deal. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Bro, a quote beautiful and now real life application.
Yeah.
Don't piss me off. I'm feeling good.
That's a good one.
Oh gosh.
Again, from shows and TV and movies, they got the bangers, man.
Yeah.
What we saying?
This is one where everyone's heard it. I've heard it a million times. No one knows who actually said it.
Okay.
But it's never been not true. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
Every time
yeah,
I've found
yeah,
myself
yeah.
comparing something, I'm like, that is actually why I'm not happy right now.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
It's just such a good truth.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It's-
Yeah, 100%.
That's almost like it comes down to being a principle now at this point.
100%.
Like it's not just a nice
100%.
saying. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? This is
yeah.
a principle to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Damn, no one even knows you said it, huh?
Yeah, that's true. Who even said it?
Are we going or?
What are you saying?
Okay, yes. This one is so random. I don't even know why I have it written down. But like when I hear it now, I'm like, oh, I don't know when I saw it. But this is from Mother Teresa. And it says, spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. And I feel like I
like that?
do that now. It's the reason why I love hosting. I love hosting people. I love bringing people like together. And now that like, you know, living out of home and stuff, I feel like every time people leave, I'm like, I want them to feel like this was such a fun time. It was such a good time. You know, I had food, I had games, I had like good vibes and stuff. And so I think, this one really resonates with me.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like it a lot. Shout out
Definitely
to Mother
embody
Teresa.
that. Yeah.
Mother Teresa, very, very interesting.
One of the worst people in the world. But continue.
Very
Crazy
Yeah,
PR.
yeah, yeah.
Crazy PR.
very, very contentious individual, man. This is
yeah.
actually from someone like we know. His name is Eric and Gaiman. This was at, and it's also
Eric is
probably not something that he said. It might have been something
from
he
somewhere.
heard.
Somewhere else.
Nah, I doubt it. But it was like, it's not about what they call you, it's about what you respond to.
It's not about what they call you.
What you respond
What
to.
you respond to, bro. So what do you call yourself? What do you allow other people? Like,
That's
you
a
know what I
good
mean?
one. That's a
What
good
name
one.
is it that you want to respond to yourself? I say, Hey,
That's
let me
that's a
pull
good
out my phone immediately, bro.
I don't know if you guys remember, there was a young guy that spoke at our church briefly months ago. And he said,
Yeah.
he had a crazy past, like life had
Yeah,
been hectic
yeah,
and stuff. And he goes, there is no amount of grief that can change the past and no amount of anxiety that can change the future.
I think we looked at each other.
Bro?
Yeah. Oh, that was
That was honestly one of the most profound things I've ever heard. I was just like, genuinely.
That's really good.
That's a
say?
good one. This one was from Denzel Washington. I think I should get it from somewhere. I don't know if it's from Denzel.
First Denzel quote I think of in a movie is, have you ever had your shit pushed in? Damn, Carl.
Wait, what?
Training day.
Okay.
Yeah, but that wasn't the quote that I.
That one too, yeah.
That wasn't the quote.
Was it actually?
No, it wasn't.
Y'all gonna do this to me?
I think he won when he won an award. He was like, without commitment, you'll never stop. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish.
I remember that, yeah.
I
I
said-
feel like I saw that on Facebook at a point in time.
Yeah,
Just
I
Yeah,
s-
yeah,
out
yeah,
and
yeah,
about,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
was
nice
like- I
one.
said
What was
that.
it? Without commitment, you never stop.
Yeah, we'll never stop.
Consistency,
You'll never finish. Kind of makes me think just like every day. I'm just like, man, if I'm not consistent with this, like if it's gym, whatever it is, like I have to be consistent and I have to start. So yeah, that was a banger.
That's a good one. This one I saw it in a movie, like a little cute relationship one. Never above you, never below you, always beside you.
I know that.
That's from
No,
the-
that's a
And
song.
someone put it also in a.
Love you.
I think I heard it. I heard it in a
Always
movie.
beside
So
you.
It's I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Who sings that?
the guys that were at Promised Land.
Oh my God, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
oh, well, they
but
stole it.
Is
Whoever
that
they
not also
stole
the,
it.
the Irish?
What movie is that from? Though?
I'm trying to remember. I didn't write
above
the
you,
movie
not below
down.
you.
Come on, dude. Shout out to what 660? Is that the name?
Let me see. What.
Literally the greatest act that came to Promised Land last
Oh
year.
no, honestly, yeah. Oh wow.
You don't remember the movie?
I'm trying to find it now.
Bro, while you're looking for that, I mean, I can reel off some instead of
Yeah.
I don't need to go in depth with them, but I'll reel them off anyway. This is from Darius Daniels. Declarations of reality do not necessarily have a rationale to justify them.
Say that again.
Declarations of reality do not necessarily have a rationale to justify them. So what I got from that is like some things in terms of like if it's the truth of just a reality, there's no justification to it. There's no justification you need to add to the truth. Do you know what I mean? Like it's objectively the truth or reality. What are you gonna do about it? I'll say,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Whatever humans can imagine, they can normally create. That was from Severance, I think I got. Yeah. Did you guys put where you heard it?
Yeah,
or he
I've
said
seen
it
it
as
as
well?
well. Seen it on the show.
Yeah.
So this
Should've.
one from Afterlife, which I think is one of the best
you
Netflix
loved it,
show
yeah.
ever. Ricky Gervais goes, "A society grows." It's not a Ricky Gervais quote. Like it's not the character's quote. It's definitely a quote from someone else, but that's where I remember from.
Yeah.
A society grows great. Let me say that again for the clip. A society grows great when old men plant trees, the shade of which they know they will never sit in.
Yeah. I've heard this as well.
That's
I don't know where it was from.
fire
Though,
one.
yeah.
That one I was like,
That's
holy
a good
crap.
one.
Honestly, it
That's
might
a
have been
good
you that
one.
said it because of
Yeah,
Afterlife.
yeah, no, I think it was, that was genuine. I was like, that is actually what makes a society great.
Damn, trees that
When
can
you
never see
care
shaded.
about a place that you're like, I'm never gonna exist here.
Yeah, damn.
That's a good one.
Any more? I got one from Amelia
yeah.
from Connect Group.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't remember when I wrote this down, but I've got Amelia CG next to it. Apparently, life is constantly wishing for the next season and regretting taking the last one for granted.
I do remember her saying this.
That's a good one.
I'm like,
I
when
think
did
I
she
remember
say
that
this, bro?
too.
That's a
one.
banger. This is from a movie called The Ritual, and it's the character's name was Dom. If a shortcut was a shortcut, it wouldn't be called a shortcut. It would be called a route.
If a shortcut was a shortcut.
Don't know what
If a shortcut
I
was a
thought it
shortcut.
meant when I
what
heard it, but I said that's a banger.
That makes sense.
But like,
If
if
a
a shortcut
shortcut
actually was a
Like,
shortcut,
because if it was actually meant
it
to
would
get
be
you
a
there,
route. There's
we'd
no
call it a
shortcut.
route.
we
Yeah.
call it a route, and
Yeah.
if it got you there,
But if it's clearly missing out on something that needs to be part of the journey.
Oh, it was a shortcut.
Word,
was a
word,
shortcut.
word.
Okay,
so
yeah.
not all shortcuts. Oh my days! I just got it in a different light now. Because yeah,
Hey,
not all
that
shortcuts
last line
might
I-
be worth it,
yeah.
right? If a shortcut was, yeah. Shake my hand.
You know,
It's
look
like
at-
listening to Dave lyrics, bro. Or
That's funny.
Dave
The next one I heard was a lyric.
Okay,
It's-
yeah.
I don't know why I remember this from my childhood, but it was 50 Cent on Many Men. Sunny days wouldn't be special without rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
Bro, some of these just
I think I was just young and I was like, profound.
knowledgeable.
Oh, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
Hey, man.
It's good stuff,
It's
man.
good to have these little.
Do
I
you guys?
remember the last time I went back and
Little
looked
Yeah, I was
at
gonna
these,
ask.
but
Do you guys go on your phone, look at the?
the only
quote?
time I would typically look at them again is when I'm adding another one to the
yeah.
list.
The list, yeah.
But it's not ever that I'll like. A lot of them I don't even remember. Like when I was going through for this particular segment, I was like, bro, damn, I don't remember like writing this down or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah.
What
Sometimes it's just good to have it in the pocket, man.
Can you guys think of any shows that it just deliver bangers? of
Euphoria
lines?
was that for me. Euphoria
yeah?
and Ozark. Like, remember I was talking about writing? Those two shows,
Yeah.
the writing from that had some.
You know what? Every
Afterlife for me. But yeah, continue.
Afterlife.
Yeah. It's just, there's this one scene.
I'm just saying.
It's like
In Afterlife?
It's not even like this is not even a good quote. It's the funniest thing. His dad's got dementia and he's in a nursing home. Yeah, and he goes up to his dad and he's like he's just getting emotional and whatnot because normally they don't like this at all. His dad's forgetting everything, and he just goes something. I love you, Dad, and his dad just always goes gay.
That's such a Ricky joke, right? Oh my days, that's a Ricky
Bro, you know the
joke
originals
right
was
there,
Loki slept on with quotes.
man. The originals, really.
Originals, yeah.
Yeah, Vampire Diaries.
I think
no.
Klaus had
Klaus
had
and
some,
Elijah.
had some Loki bangers in there.
Damn.
Yeah,
For sure.
but yeah, good quotes.
We've got our dilemmas that some people send through. Do we want to touch some of these?
How far are we
About
into this episode?
1:15.
Should we wrap it up
You reckon?
and then leave dilemmas for the next
Dilemmas for the
next
next
week?
John? Yeah? Anything you guys want to leave them with? What's a nice quote right now? Off head. Noor or Kalows or Mao or Daniel circa 2024. What we got right here?
Oh wow,
This is the moment, bro. Everyone's listening to you right now.
this is the moment.
This is the moment. It's time to shine.
If you're worried about the stigma, you should just ligma.
Yeah! Hey,
You know,
that one day can change lives, bro.
Period.
when you don't agree, but you just gotta support your
Yeah,
boy.
What?
We're never gonna make it out.
I don't know why. Just imagine, like, I'm picturing a friend going for like school captain or something like that, and he thought he's hit the punchy, looking around waiting for the class.
No
and
one's
just
clapping.
You. In the empty room.
Pretty guys.
empty room.
Pretty
Nah,
guys.
the best feeling.
Hey man, that's us, yeah.
Thank you for joining us for another episode. We'll catch you guys next week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this one around. Bye.
Bye.